Well, guys, we're back in farm country again. We're looking for 7330. That, remember the one that the alarm went out on and it was causing a code? We got the alarm, it finally came in. We had to get it, John Deere had to order it from Canada. So we got that, but now it's out in the middle of the field. They said they used it for, I don't know, over a week digging strawberry plants, and now all of a sudden every time they turn the key on it blows fuses. So I'm not sure what fuses it's blowing, but they finally unhooked it and they went and got one of the old 7120 cases and stuck on there. Them guys are kind of spoiled. They like the creature comforts of the newer cabs on the newer John Deeres, but I can tell you one thing, them old 7120s, they don't ever quit. They just go and they go and they go. So they're whining because the cab's not, you know, as nice as that 7330 is, but one thing about it, it ain't gonna break down every 5 minutes. I like John Deere stuff. Don't get me wrong, but any of this, even the newer case stuff, I don't really care for a lot of the newer stuff. I work on a lot of it, and they've just gone way overboard with the electronics, you know. I mean, there's just too much of that junk on there anymore. I mean, there's a controller for the seat, there's one for the air conditioner, there's one for the engine, one for the transmission, one for the hitch, one for this, one for that. It's just, you know, and they just, I don't know, they could just simplify things a lot more by doing things the old way. Like, you know, what's wrong with a lever? Pulling a lever and a cable that goes back to remote, you know, instead of, I don't know. You know, once you learn how to diagnose them, the stepper motors and stuff like that aren't too bad. Every once in a while you'll run into one like that 6400 I did, to where it won't throw a code. So you have no idea what's going on. That's what can really kick in the ass. But, you know, most of the time when they throw a code, they're pretty easy to diagnose. But for the most part, there's just a lot of things that they're getting a little bit, they're over-engineering some of this stuff that could be simplified quite a bit. I mean, all we're trying to do is go from point A to point B and move a little dirt. That's all we're doing here. You know, and I don't know. Now they've got Auto Star and Green Star and Auto Farm and guidance systems on them, and I mean, it's like getting in a fucking space shuttle. It really is. So I don't know, listen to me bitch, but it kind of, you go and work on something like that old grader I worked on out there in the woods, and it's just mechanical hydraulic clutch in it, you know, or a wet clutch and just stuff like that, and then you come out here and you work on one of these newer tractors with 13 onboard computers, and it's like jumping from the Stone Age into the Space Age. So anyway, out of the frying pan and into the fire. We're gonna go get after it and get this thing figured out, see where the, I got a feeling the wires running around the corner post of the cab are probably rubbed, and they're rubbed on that corner post. That's where they always seem to short on those 7320s and the 30s, so we'll go see here shortly. Okay, well, they got a whole bunch of fuses there laying there. I put the little alarm in there, get rid of that code. So I gotta look stuff up here. We got a 9703, it's active. 91 times it's happened. Okay, go to something in the fuse panel sitting there making noise right now. I don't know what the hell that is. What's making that damn noise? It's a controller. It's a controller making noise back there. It's back there behind it. Huh. Bear with me. I'm seeing if I can look this code up and see what we got. 7330 premium. That's the only code that's in the engine control. That's the only active code right now. Okay, here we go. ECU codes. Water in fuel filter signal voltage high. Okay, that's the only active code in it right now. Let's go look at that. That wouldn't be causing this sensor right here. Oh, yeah, the wire's broken too. But they said it's blowing fuses. So we gotta figure that problem out. That can't be unless that wire is coming over against something, and so I gotta see what fuses it's actually blowing. I don't know if this thing will start. They don't have it in park. What do we got going on here? Let's see now, I think sucking through this one here. I gotta figure out what's going on here. Okay guys, starting to figure something out here. Pulled a line off and I know there was no fuel coming out of the lift pump. Well, the lift pump wasn't kicking on. This fuse down here was blown on the bottom down here. Engine system with restricted function. Let's see if we'll cycle a couple times, get it primed back up. It's gonna take a little cranking to get it to start. Let's see if I can fix that water and fuel sensor on it. The hell's that? Alternator going out on it? Anyway, get my flashlight, I'll show you what I found. Back where that lift pump tucks up under the frame rail, look at that water fuel, water tank leaking on that. Wires were right up against the frame rail, smashed between the pump and the frame rail. kind of weird, you know, that water and fuel sensor was not broke off like that when we looked at this tractor last time. They had this problem with the fuel code, and they were screwing with shit and ripped the wires off the water and fuel sensor. Let's make sure it starts. Okay, it's starting now. Just this water and fuel sensor code. It's the same thing, that 9703. How many fucking fuses did they put in that? Oh, they got some fuses here, but at least it's starting now. You know, that lift pump's keeping everything primed up. Okay. Is there any fixing this? Or is it broke off right inside? Or they busted it off right inside. Right inside that, they busted it off. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to call them because it's broke off inside. Inside the water and fuel sensor, it's broke off. Let me call and see if I can get one. See if they got one over there in Merrill. Alright, so I got the wire jerry rigged up in the bottom of the water and fuel sensor just to see if it gets rid of the code, and it did. There's no codes at all now. No caution light flashing, so alright. So I called Pape over there. They got a water and fuel sensor in stock. I'm gonna send one of them guys over there to get one, because that's gonna pop out of there and it'll throw a code again. But yeah, I wouldn't start before, so just firing right up, make sure nothing comes up. No messages to display. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go back and mess with some other things. I got a T4110 that's like derated or something with a urea problem. It's at the shop, and I got a 6430 there, and I got to get a loader out of the shop, so I got a lot to do. Well, I'm coming back out here again. I went in there and told him that I got all the codes out of the 7330, and then he says, well, I wish I'd have heard about what happened out there about 20 minutes ago, and I would have called you. He said, but you're here. He said, I guess the 6170R number 1 out there is throwing some kind of code and derating or something. So he said, can I ask you to go back out there? And I said, yep, I'll go back out there. And we'll see if we can find this 6170R that's out here somewhere. I don't know why these guys got to irrigate the road like that. Don't make any sense. Strawberry guys. So that's an 8000 series over there. Where is it? 7430 over there. So 6400 there. Must be this one right here, I'm thinking. Yep, that's number 1. I can't remember which one I rebuilt the engine in. That'd be it right there. Okay. This might be the one I did the engine in last winter. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Let's lift the hood up on it. Can't remember if it was number 1 or number 3 that I did the engine on. Should be able to tell. No, it was not this one, because I put a new head on there and I did not paint it. I don't think I painted it. No, this is not the one. It was number 3. Was the one I rebuilt the engine on. I'm pretty sure I didn't even paint the cylinder head on it. Oh no, it wasn't this one. I mean, these lines here don't even have wrench marks on them. The fuel lines, they've never been touched on it. Okay, yeah. So it was the other one. It was number 3 is the one I rebuilt the engine on. I haven't heard anything about it, so sometimes no news is good news. What the hell, did they bust an ink pen in the seat? Golly, man. Knuckleheads. Let's see what kind of codes pop up in this thing. It's got some kind of codes in it. Turbocharger actuator fault. Engine power limited. Active exhaust filter cleaning unavailable. Continued operation will result in loss of machine availability. Well, that's an easy deal to figure out. I heard it cycle though. Let's check it. One easy way to check these actuators is just... Okay, so it's moving there. Let's do a sweep test with our laptop. Let me go get it fired up. Okay, so we're waiting for our Texas unit here to load up. Why is my green light not on my... What's going on there? Let me fiddle with this. Something going on. My green light's not lit up on my pass-through unit. I don't know what's happening there. Oh. It means you have to have a computer to work on these things all the time. They ought to put a spot to put your fucking computer on these tractors. Oh, that would probably be why it is not working. It's unplugged. Makes a huge difference. Okay. Now that we have uncorked our head from our ass, alright. Now, I know the 8000 series you can do an actuator travel test. I'm not sure about the 6R, I can't remember. Let's go to J for John Deere. I had a glare on this thing, guys. I know it's tough to see. Go down to 6. It should be R series. Somewhere down here. And then we got diesel injection. Engine control unit. I got that connector there. They got one in stock over there, and I told them you better go get one. This tractor is going to derate on you out there in the middle of the night when you're digging strawberries, and you're going to be down. So you better go get the part so we can get it fixed. Daisy, come on, babe. Where's Dukas at? Okay, decreasing engine power, VGT, electronic actuator calibration, VGT, actuator position. Okay, so those are our codes. Let's see here. Cylinder, EGR valve cleaning. I thought there was one on here. Let's go to settings. I think you can do reprogramming VGT learning values. See, on the 8000 series, you can actually do a travel test. Let's try it on this. Okay, so execute this calibration only if the VGT vane positioner has been replaced. Well, I'm not going to listen to you there. Activate with engine off. Yep. Press key stop, press turn key to stop, press confirm. Alright, so it's off. Wait for approximately 90 seconds. I didn't hear that VGT even cycle when we turned the key off. It should be cycling right now, you know, getting its travel, but it's screwed up. So, but that's one of the first things you want to do is go grab the linkage and make sure it's not froze up. And I've seen a lot of guys change actuators on them and they didn't check them. I mean, that rod doesn't move where the VGT goes into the turbo, then it's stuck in the turbo. And sometimes it takes out the actuator too. It'll break the little gear in it because it tries to force and turn it. And it'll strip the little gear inside the actuator. So it'll usually, if they seize up in the turbo, it'll cause two problems. Yeah, it's not, something's wrong with it. It's not doing anything. Turn on the ignition, start the engine, press confirm. Alright, we're going to press confirm now. Wait for 60 seconds. It's cycling it now. Turbocharger actuator self-calibration error. Active exhaust filter cleaning unavailable. Continued operation will result in loss of machine availability. That's usually if they won't calibrate, they're screwed up, you know. Reprogram VG values done, press confirm. Well, the actuator itself's probably right, but the position sensor is probably screwed up in it. It doesn't know where it's at. Let's clear that. So those two there cleared. This one here is not cleared, so let's go to parameters. Actuator right here. Last valid closing, last valid opening. They're like a air throttle actuator original. That's the throttle actuator. Okay, position VGT actuator status 6.81, whatever that is. desired VGT vane position 0 volts. Doesn't seem right, huh? And then nothing up here moves. Last learn closing. And all of the last valid closing position, all that shit says 0. That ain't right. Let's go. It's still 641.7. Mechanical system does not react correctly. So I wonder if this thing will do a forced regen with that code in there. No, it won't do it because that code's in there. It's not gonna see. That's the thing. I told him you need to get this fixed because it's not gonna regen or anything till you get this thing fixed. Yeah, that's gonna do a regen. There it goes. We don't need to do it. I was just kind of curious if it would do a service regen. Huh. Well. I can get it to quit doing the regen. I went in here to disable, clicked it, and then went back to auto, and that shut it down. Okay. Let's start it back up and see what kind of code pops right back up. I'm sure that actuator code's gonna come right back up. Oh, I need to wait for all this bullshit to shut down. Oh, I can hear it. It's real slow. Yeah, you can hear it whining. Yeah, it's that actuator. You can... Yeah, it's screwed up. The actuators, it's real slow. Let's pull that actuator off. The motor's bad in that actuator. The mechanical system's not... So the motor's dragging in it, is what it is. You can hear it too. let's get it off of there. Oh, wires and cables and okay, let's get the hood on up. And remember, these actuators they have a coolant line going to them, so you're going to lose a little bit of water when you pull the thing off. Trying to remember last time what I actually did. Yeah, it's had an Allen on the end of it, that's what it was. Then you pop that off right there on that Allen. I'll have to unplug it back here, and there's, I don't know, there's, right there's the plug in for it, and that's the turbine speed sensor, the one above it. Trying to remember how that went. Yeah, this one's never been changed. Oh, you son of a bitch. Get it unplugged. See, I had the clipper. Push the clipper all the way. And 13 millimeter there. We got two eyes, two little brackets holding that on there. It goes through the turbine speed sensor as well. Oh, we got a 7120 coming. Watch him come in. Bitch is hot now. She's a hot tamale. Okay. This time of the year, it's quite a chore just to keep them running in the field, let alone the stuff in the shop. I probably threw a 1/2 inch instead of a 13mm in my socket rack. Get everything loose and then wait for him to show up. What do I got going on here? Damn it. Just back out. Get 3/8 stripe. Holy shit! I think they a little overkill on that. They got them tied. Fuel operation only. Can't see the son of a bitch, can't feel it. Warner. Okay. Clips off to get the turbine speed sensor separated from the actuator harness. Got them separated. Coolant lines up there. This is going to be the return, I think, going back into the head. Oh, I see. It comes into the actuator, and it comes out of the actuator and feeds the doser valve. So, and of course, it's not higher than the coolant overflow tank. So if we pull it off, we're going to have water going everywhere, and he's not back yet with the actuator. So we'll just kind of have to hold off. Open up a little further, take this There we go. That's better. Yeah, so there's 1, 2, there's 4 bolts here holding it. Once we get, this bitch is hot anyway. We gotta get that Allen out of there. If I got a socket. That's too small. That's the size right there. It's just so fucking hot. Millimeter. Okay, so I got it loose without scalding my hand too bad. Oh, she's still being ornery. Well, I didn't run that tractor that long, and of course I think they just put it over here. So. He's a hot one. Hey, if I said it. Hey, if I said it was hot. Oh. Oh, I remember now. It's got a little capture nut behind it. And you gotta make sure that that doesn't slide out or it'll just turn. And then we got to get them 10mm bolts out. Let's get the hard one first, which we're going to have to pop that actuator arm up and get underneath it to get it out. If I can get a shop rag or something to lay over this hot son of a bitch. No welding gloves, I can haven't changed one of these in a while. Got it. Alright, now we get the rest of it out. When he gets here, I'll just have to pop that one bolt out of there. Or, you know, the one bolt holding the coolant lines in there, and then pop it out, pop the new one in. Tractor. Let's go without the extension now and see what we got. Like a short little bastard, ain't I? Now. Two nuts there. It's usually not like this. If you're changing them in the field when they're hot like this, yeah, it kind of sucks. Okay. So, the actuator's loose. I guess got to take this hole down bolt, pop this lines out, and we're just going to be doing kind of a quick swap over. It's going to be about an hour or so before he gets here, so I'm gonna leave the. I better close the hood on it and pull the key out of it until I get back. Put all the nuts and bolts inside. Man, I hate getting my hand burned on hot exhaust shit. I just hate it. It's not a very pleasant experience. Okay, I need to get my laptop and everything together and get it put up. I'm gonna run back and look at the New Holland, and by the time I get situated there, let's pull that off. That way the tractor isn't on fire when we get back. And shut the hood. Pull the key. Oh. Oh. let that hang down there for now. Let's get the key jerked out of it. This is another strawberry digger. I don't know if I ever showed you guys in depth those other ones. Kind of the same principle as that big one you guys looked at. These are what they. This is what's different though here. This has a coulter. Okay, well, we're gonna lose a little water on it. That's all right. Fast. $1,500 turbo actuator. When the Boyd's had that store over there, those were $1,200. Now they're $1,500. Hardware. Okay, so I need to get my act together and be ready to go here. Let's take the pressure cap loose. Pressure off the system. We didn't lose too much. Alright, that's the first order of business, is getting that back over here. I'll brought some antifreeze, we'll top it off. At least it's cooled down now. It's so damn hot you can't handle it. Better up here, I don't know. Garbage. Actually, no, they want a core on it too, it says. So, let's see, all the new bolts and nuts and stuff. It's raining, raining, raining. A socket. comes where it's gonna get shitty on us here, guys. People are going, oh, why didn't you drain the antifreeze? Because I'm about ready to get my ass drenched on and I don't give a shit. This one here is a pain in the ass. Oh, this one has way more travel than that other one did. That's nice, huh? Hold that actuator up while I get a screwdriver or something. This blows my mind. It's been forecasted to rain for, you know, a long time. And these guys, they're fucking irrigating. It's raining right now. They're irrigating. It's absolutely unbelievable. Then they bitch about water. Turn the water off. It's raining there, genius. Strawberry guys blow my mind sometimes. Commercial farming. They irrigate off the clock is what they do. They don't irrigate like a regular farmer does off common sense. They irrigate off the clock. You got hired hands out there that he's going to turn that water on at this certain time. He's going to shut it off this certain time, and he's going to go home. And that's all he's going to do. It doesn't matter whether it's snowing or raining or the sun shine. It don't make any difference. That's the way they're programmed. Commercial farming. Okay. Where's the old actuator? I gotta get those little eyes back on there. The guy that went got the part for me said it was just pouring over narrow. Okay. It was like that, I think, or no, it was like that, wasn't it? God damn, this is no clamps. that one back there is a rotten pain in the ass. Big time pain in the ass. I was a little taller, it'd help. Okay, so that will go there. Move this one here. We'll slide up here like this. Alright, got that one started. And I got another one of these brackets back in here. That goes around both of these. So I gotta get this orientated right, so I might as well just plug it in. How come it's not wanting to plug in? There it goes, it popped in. I've had those come undone before. So that's going to go like so. Like a so. It's hard to get your fingers up in there anywhere. Alright, well I gotta tighten those two up. Let's just check our work. There's the old actuator there, off the turbo. They want a core on it, I guess, so. Duke, you want in the pickup, bud? Come on. You're getting wet, I know, I don't blame you. Come on, partner. You look like a drowned rat, partner. Get in there, you guys get in there and get dry. Pick up the garbage out in the field. I hate leaving garbage laying in the field. There for right now. Let's just turn the key on, see if the actuator cycles. Oh, I took the key out. And hopefully these pants don't have a hole in the pocket. Like most of my shit does. Alright, I think I finally dug it out of there. Throwing some kind of code. Huh. I don't know why it was beeping so much, because, you know, it didn't come up on the display here. What the hell's the deal, you know? Start it up. So that actuator code's gone. No messages to display. Let's go in here. I mean, you can calibrate those if you got a calibration code, but there's no need to really. I just stick them on there and go. They're self-calibrating. ECU, that was where it was, the turbo code. That 1569. The other ones were D-rate codes, so let's go ahead and clear them. I don't know what, alright. Let's let it shut down. We'll see what it does here, just to make sure. I got the water and fuel sensor for that 7330 over there too. Treat it just like as if he's gonna go start the tractor. Okay, so we're good to go. Alright, so there's turbo actuator changed on that one. I just gotta tighten these two hold down bolts up for the little brackets here. And then she's good to go. I'm gonna top it off with water. I might have lost maybe